Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Driven Wild. Today we are talking about flash offers on Doordash. Doordash is always looking for different ways to get orders done on the platform, and it looks like they're taking a very interesting direction with flash offers. And this might look silly to some, but this is kind of a new direction compared to that of their competitors. So in this video, we are talking about everything you must know about flash offers on Doordash, what Doordash says about it versus how it actually is, and everything in between. But before we do that, let's go over a quick disclaimer. The content of this video does not contain, is never intended to be, legal, business, financial, tax, or health advice of any kind. This video is for entertainment purposes only. It is advised that you conduct your own research and consult qualified professionals before applying anything you find online. I also want to be clear that everything that we're going to be going over is very market to market and case by case. What applies to me in my market may not apply to you. So with that said, let's get started. A quick note about flash offers. While Doordash does have some formal statements about flash offers on Doordash, they really don't have any help pages available for drivers on the subject, which is very common for pilot programs on Doordash. That said, I kind of expected more with what they have usually been doing these days, kind of burying their topic within like the Dasher delivery preferences FAQ or something, because that's another thing that they do. They like to bury this information into FAQ pages. But I guess there's going to be more to this kind of topic that requires their own page, so they just haven't released it yet. It's not like they stayed silent about this, though. This isn't a feature that they kind of just snuck in. A lot of drivers have been reporting this kind of change between email blasts, screenshots, news pages. This is actually getting out there fast. What are flash offers? The following information is from a news article on Doordash's announcement feed titled "Delivering a Better Experience for Dashers" from September 30th of 2025. 79% of Dashers surveyed have other income or responsibilities. They might have a full or part-time job, take care of their families as a stay-at-home parent, or just want some extra spending money while in school. And we know that they want to make the most of their time on the road. That's where flash offers come in. Sending recently active Dashers push notifications with boosted pay promotions on select deliveries, even if they're not currently online. Flash offers give Dashers a flexible way to earn between dashes while staying in control of their schedules. In select markets, this makes it easier to access higher paying offers that might otherwise be harder to find. I find it interesting how they use the concept of having other income responsibilities and schedules as a marketing tactic for flash offers, as if those people are going to put those responsibilities down to take an extra order because they received one while they were offline. I can speak for myself. I can't speak for everybody, but I can speak for myself on how frustrating it is to have an offer come that is well paying and I am completely unavailable to take it. If anything, it would be a great way to send these orders to accommodate for multi-apping drivers, but that's not really what they're targeting here. They were targeting people who have other responsibilities in general. Note how they claimed that this was for recently active Dashers as well. Like, how recent are we talking? Like, how long are you classified as recently active in the eyes of the Doordash platform? An hour? A week, a day? Is it different from market to market, or is there a universal rule? This is why there needs to be a full breakdown via their help pages, because that one paragraph from an article isn't very helpful. They have sent emails to drivers and they have been floating around on Reddit, which is helpful. Flash offers provide instant pay boost, earned once an order is complete. Another reason why I would want to see a help page on this is to understand how the instant pay boost works. Like, is it a set number or a certain amount that they add on top? And does that number adjust for any reason? What does that look like? Like, there's no information about the inner details of that within the email. And I would have loved to look into that. No effect on your acceptance rate if you pass. It actually makes sense that it wouldn't affect your acceptance rate, but also I know somebody is going to report that they have seen their acceptance rate fluctuate because of that, and good luck proving it. This is going to be one of those things ratings that some hyper observant person who has a very emotional connection to their ratings is going to see and be gaslit into being crazy until they are proven to be some kind of retroactive genius when it is revealed, or in some cases, somebody else notices it, makes a YouTube video about it going, how did no one notice this before? And that person was screenshotting all of this and was making posts about it and was treated as the genius, whereas the first person is going to be completely unacknowledged. I'm not bitter about anything. I don't know what you're talking about. The more offers you accept, the more you can receive over time. This is just reiterating the truth about Doordash as a platform. Doordash doesn't want to make you busy. They want to keep you busy, meaning that they will send orders to whoever's accepting at the time, which is why you can have crazy momentum during days where you ordinarily wouldn't see much at all, or be dead during a period of time which is supposed to be crazy busy. And instead of just admitting that this is a universal principle on the platform, they utilize it as a marketing tactic for this new system. After all, if they admit that this is a universal principle on the platform, it would change the narrative around the acceptance rate system as a whole. Dasher preferences. Flash offers are actually a setting in your Dasher preferences as well, and honestly, this is a little strange to me. Not because it doesn't make sense, but because of how they chose to market it as for recently active Dashers. Regardless, in the Dasher preferences tab, you can actually find your flash offers to manage your availability to when you will receive those offers by adjusting the time frame within your schedule there. And actually speaking, it's a great way to make it clear when you are available so it doesn't interfere with your already busy schedule or mess up the momentum of receiving flash offers by getting them when you're physically incapable of taking an offer due to conflicting schedule limitations. This also seems to imply that recently active is defined as how often you are accepting offers, not how often you are in a position to receive them by being online. I think the utilization of Dasher preferences and strategically setting them up is going to be a great way for drivers to always have an inflow of orders and not to get that notification about an order being good and then not being able to complete it or accept it because you're tied up in something else. Trust me when I say that sucks. There are plenty of times when I am midway through an offer or I'm in the middle of something and I cannot take a really good order without risking account violations. I can see how someone who goes away for the holidays will lose their momentum as well and has a challenge getting it back, which is why there should be a system to block out specific points in time without having to change your entire availability. Like, I am unavailable for an hour on this day, and that's it. It's not a weekly thing, it's just this day. Like, there's no need to alter your entire schedule for a one-time appointment, right? But then again, what if you're pretty much online all the time anyway? Like, I know a lot of people like myself tend to be online for long periods of time. Heck, as I'm typing out this script, recording this video, or doing other things, I'm online for multiple different platforms, ready to claim an order and put down this type of work to handle that order as quickly as possible. Does that mean I would be punished for being active for too long without accepting anything? That would be an interesting way to unsaturate the market as well. Create a benefit for receiving offers offline and therefore having less people online. But then what if you have plenty of drivers online? Doesn't that mean that those drivers should get priority to those orders and offers that they simply cannot get done will be sent into flash offers? Will this be more prominent in areas with lower driver counts? And can this benefit the traveling dasher who dashes in multiple states? Or do they have to start dashing in that area before they can receive flash offers? Once again, another reason why I would love to see a help page on this subject. Flash offers are open queue. Now let's analyze the push notification for flash offers for 1 second. They give you the price and the mileage, and then they say this offer won't last. It'll be given to the first person who accepts. This means that you aren't the only one seeing that offer in that moment, and this operates on a similar framework as Trip Radar for Uber Eats, meaning proximity matters and you can end up missing it at the very last second. Not to mention how this builds a scarcity mindset for those who choose to prioritize this and place a fair amount of focus on this. Like, the way that DoorDash works is on a fundamental level, is that you're online, they send you an offer, and you could decide whether to accept it or decline it within a certain time frame because you are the only one looking at it. Meaning you could take your time, decide if you would like it, and you could really determine whether or not that order is profitable. Flash offers work in the opposite way at almost every level. They send you and other people that happen to be in that area an offer, regardless of whether you're online or offline, and you have to decide if you want that offer before somebody else takes it. Meaning it may not be profitable for you at all, but you really don't have time to think about that. What makes this different from Trip Radar on Uber Eats is two major things, and that is the pay boost and the availability setup. A lot of people may compare this to Trip Radar on Uber Eats, but what makes this different from Trip Radar is three major things: the pay boost applied to the orders, the availability setup when you are offline, and the fact that you could receive offers offline at all rather than Trip Radar where you are still required to be online. And that means the competition is going to be fierce, and drivers don't even need to be online to get orders anymore. The truth about high-paying offers. This is a comment I got from Reddit talking about this specifically. These are all I do now. I moved to a small town that has DD, but the offers are just too scarce to actively dash. You don't even have to be dashing to get the flash notification, and the payout is always nice. Honestly, who can blame them? $20.75 for less than a mile, $17.86 for a mile and a half, $21.44 for 2.5 miles. Yeah, I can absolutely see how somebody would feel about that and want to consistently make that kind of money just by existing as a dasher with a account on the platform and not even being online. That said, for some reason, I don't think this is going to be the best strategy long term. A lot of these offers are currently receiving massive $15 boosts in order to get these orders accepted, which is impressive, but it shows a few things. If they wanted to increase the base pay, they can and just aren't. Shocker. And the orders that they are putting into the flash offer section aren't really paying well on their own. And if an order has a $2.75 base rate, $3 tip, and a $15 boost, that is still a low tipping customer. And while I agree that if you are getting paid more for your work, that shouldn't matter as much, keep in mind, low tipping customers are the main source for poor ratings, undeserved contract violations, scammers, and wrongful deactivations on these platforms. I'm not saying it isn't worth taking a few of these. Just be careful of who you're working with and make sure you're documenting these orders properly. Also, these orders are only as good as long as the flash boosts are good, so be aware of that as well. Has Dash Anytime backfired? When DoorDash opened the Dash Anytime in some markets to where you don't even need to be scheduled anymore in order to be online, it looked like freedom for a lot of people, especially for those who have been complaining about not being able to schedule out at all because of the limited availability and not having as much access to the scheduling system because of the reward system tiers. That said, it immediately saturated the platform with too many drivers online at once in areas that already had a lot of drivers. And that resulted in wait times of 40 to 45 minutes just to receive a single offer, which led to many dashers idling with not enough quality orders to go around. And with mass frustration and drivers leaving the app or multi-apping even harder than they already were, sometimes with drivers leaving the app for others, DoorDash needed a fix that wasn't just clawing back their last move. flash offers help that fix without undoing the policy change that they applied. Availability tiers. This also creates an unofficial tier system of availability within the platform itself, and that accommodates the different types of drivers in their own ways. Online and accepting, these people are online and taking orders consistently, therefore being sent orders consistently. Online and available, these people are online and they will take orders as long as orders keep coming in that are actually worth taking. Online but unavailable, these people kind of just want the option to take orders. So they are online, but in reality, they're not really taking anything and are even declining good orders in some cases. Offline and accepting, these are the people who see flash orders and are taking them because they think they're worth it and are probably prioritizing them at the moment. Meaning that this is part of their greater strategy for Doordash earning or multi-apping in general. Offline and available, these people are probably multi-apping and will accept any order, but they're most likely accepting orders on other apps. If they see that there's something worth it, they'll jump on it, but this isn't really their priority app anymore. Offline and unavailable, these people are just being sent offers. They haven't adjusted their availability properly yet, so they're getting offers while offline and not accepting, so they might not even be as responsive, and those signals of unresponsiveness might actually carry over into their next shift. I wonder if this is going to be treated differently from the perspective of Doordash, and if they will be collecting information based on this in order to create a new reward system. Interesting direction. This is an interesting direction to take the Doordash platform. Uber is kind of known for copying Doordash and vice versa, but this is an interesting discovery to be sure. Also, if they are introducing a system like this, does that mean the earn by time model is finally proving to be ineffective to the eyes of the platform? Or are they conducting kind of like this A/B test for the two pay models? Like which one is actually getting these no-tip orders done and not costing the platform more than it should? Who knows, but let's all remember Doordash's MO. They often make these systems really good in the beginning to get people aware of it and to build up the awareness on the subject, and then just outright ruin it over time. Putting these kinds of systems behind acceptance rate thresholds, making them part of bigger rewards programs, not providing the same benefits for having those kind of bags when they initially wanted to sell those bags to their drivers. This time, they don't even have to do that. They could just shrink the flash offer boosts when they realize how many of them are using them, and the $15 boost may not even be that high paying forever. Some people may hear my references and think that the Doordash that I was once a part of in 2018 to 2021 is not the same Doordash today and are not the same thing anymore, so therefore the points I'm making are outdated. But I would argue that Doordash never really changes. Like, you can change policies, but integrity and character will always shine through just the same. Still not as good as multi-apping. One thing will always remain true about the gig economy as a whole is that multi-apping will always be a major part of the gig economy and will always be more profitable as a gig worker. Doesn't matter how many different ways one app has in terms of what methods you can use to earn. One deactivation from Doordash from a less than honest customer trying to get a free refund or some event that gets you deactivated from the platform brings you from one source of income to zero. And that means you need to work on diversifying your gig portfolio. And with this new system of flash offers, this is a huge win for you because it will blend in very well. Finish that order on Uber Eats and then hop on a flash offer for 22 bucks. Not a bad deal. But this also means developing an exit strategy. Remember, the gig economy is an income bridge to what would be a long-term goal, not simply the goal. Have some kind of plan to develop an income independent of your activity and create wealth for yourself. Save money and budget accordingly. Remember, your business is a baby. Make sure that you're taking care of it. And remember that systems and platforms change all the time. Policies will update and the gig economy is constantly shifting. thing, but no one is going to look out for your financial well-being better than you are, and that is a constant. Guys, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, check out my website, drivenwyld.com, if you'd like to learn more about the services and gig platforms we have talked about in the past and are offering the gig workers today. And if you would like to stay on the cutting edge, what most people are talking about in the gig economy today, make sure to check out our new channel, the Gone Wild Live Clips and Podcast, where we take the live streams we hold on Thursdays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, cut them down to more digestible clips, and have them posted there. Also, check out my Patreon for exclusive clips, full-length live stream replays, and other membership perks for self-employed individuals who want to grow and scale their business. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time.